Well, hello there and welcome to your very first wake-up call of a brand new week. Are you well? Did you have a good weekend? Did you tune in? Did you catch Corin and Ben on Saturday? Myself and Joe yesterday. We had lots and lots going on over the weekend as it is. Maybe the start of the new week, but boy, we've got lots of things coming your way throughout the whole week. But we are focusing on today, which is a launch. It is a brand new launch, something a little bit different. You may think they may be familiar in style, however, they do a little few things different that you'll soon see throughout the show. What I do want to stress straight off the bat is because we have got a busy week coming up, I do want to urge you, if you are not in Club Inspire, you're probably going to want to go and join. It's completely free. You're going to get 20% off your first order. And, well, the more you spend, the more benefits you're going to get. Details just on the bottom of your screen there. You will find it across on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. You will see Club Inspire tab. Click that. All the details are there. Throughout Wake Up Call, throughout the day, we will show you some videos as well with Sarah, the boss, tells you more about Club Inspire. That is that. But what we are wanting to focus on is our brand new launch. I have been giving you little teasers over the weekend, so it's so much fun to be here on this side. I will be here when it comes to launch day with Joe, but with me on this side, who have I got with Wake Up Call today? It is, of course, this is only our second time working together.
I know.
It's you, Lily.
It's crazy, isn't it? We see each other all the time.
Exactly.
We're crafting together all the time, but we hardly ever actually properly working together on screen.
No.
So it's lovely.
I know it's going to be really, really good. And you will probably be aware of the fact it was meant to be Debbie.
Yeah.
She's just a little bit under the weather. She's doing absolutely fine. She's going to be back, I think, in a couple of days. So just done a little bit of jigging about.
Yeah,
but it means you get to have a play with these Ellipse dies.
Ellipse, not Eclipse.
Not Eclipse.
Now, Craig's already warned me this morning that he's probably going to call them Eclipse dies.
Yes.
But they are Ellipse dies and they are edgeables. Now, I guess you're probably the same as me. I absolutely love our edgeable dies. Reason being is you can create so many different concepts with them. But like Craig's already alluded to earlier, there's something a little bit different about these. So you might look at this card to start with and you think, what an absolutely stunning card. I mean, the colours on there are so classic. You've got your creams, your craft card, that lovely drop shadow in that gold. But as we actually open this card up, we can see that it's actually cut into the inside of the card as well. And the beauty of these dies is that they actually can cut through 2 layers of 300 GSM cardstock in one pass.
Absolutely.
And I must say, I read that on the packaging and I got them home over the weekend and I had a little play and I thought, are they really going to cut through 2 layers of 300? That's 600 GSM of cardstock. Look at the detail in there, and absolutely we'll be showing you throughout my demonstrations this morning and Craig's this afternoon as well. They cut beautifully through 2 layers of 300 GSM cardstock, and I think, like me, you'll be absolutely amazed at the delicate effects you can get through those 2 layers of cardstock. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? Placing a little bit of vellum behind, getting the most gorgeous effects on the edges of your cards. But of course, as always, this is a Crafter's Companion Gemini die collection, so don't just think cards. Think of all the different options you've got. How amazing does that look on one of your gift bags? Beautiful. It's just think a little bit different.
It is.
It looks so expensive, but all that is just a couple of die cuts, so easy to create.
I love this one, Lily.
I love this. I love a big 8x8 card. You would not think that was an edgeable die, would you? You would have think that's probably about maybe a $44.99 die.
Of course, at
least.
Big
size die, big doily die, not at all. All it is one die cut 4 times to create that circular doily. How amazing does that look? Cannot wait to show you some of the options that we've got with these dies. I know Craig's got even more ideas that he's going to share with you later, but I have to say these are amazing, and the fact that you can cut through 2 layers of 300 GSM cards,
incredible.
One pass, it's amazing. So you're going to want to pick these up. They are stunning.
Absolutely. Thank you for showing us these ones, Lily. Myself and Joe, we are going to be back at 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, for a full 2-hour launch when it comes to our brand new Ellipse dies. Now, just to say, we are here with Wake Up Call. We will be back with launch day. There's no Monday Makers today because you guys stateside, you're getting an HSN preview with Joe and Sarah. So launch day will be the last CTV show just of the day before we're back, and we'll be back to our normal 3 shows from tomorrow. So in case you are looking for Monday Makers, there'll be no one there. You can always go back, remember, YouTube, go back, watch all of our past shows, get some hints and tips. Although I know people out of the USA do tune in and get a little bit of an idea as to what they might be seeing over the coming weeks and months.
There's some amazing stuff coming. You know what month this month is?
October.
October.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. What you mean. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Keeping the lips sealed.
Yeah, I know. It's just want to burst. It's
really
going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Yeah, I know.
A few weeks.
Lots of good things coming. Now, do you know what we did have? And it's just about sold out. We've got a few left. So what we're going to do is we are going to just say, right, last chance to get your hands on the most gorgeous, beautiful collection. It is, of course, the Angel collection.
Got mine.
So many, I've got mine as well. So many of you have taken the opportunity to dive straight in and get the full collection. We've got a few left. Check out the website. You're going to find it across there. Go on to crafterscompound.co.uk.com.eu. That's where you need to go. But today is all about a brand new launch, which is our edgeable die collection. This is the Ellipse die collection. Now, what you have got is a couple of options. So if you want to go for that full collection there, $25.55 or $31.80. Now, even although it's a brand new launch, you're going to be saving 20%. If you are platinum, however, that's going to come down to £20.44 or $25.44. That's going to give you the full 4. You're going to get delicate lace, dainty daisies, ditzy butterflies, and traditional swirls. Now, maybe you can't quite reach to that full 4-pack collection. Maybe you only want to have a couple. There is an option where you can get any 2 for £15 or $18. So it's up to you. It works with your budget. As always, the best saving is always within the bigger bundle. However, if you can't reach to that, or you only want a couple, there is that option as well to cherry pick 2 of them. You've seen some of the ideas and the inspiration that Lily showed you a moment ago. This is just some of what you can then be creating. We're waiting to jump across to Lily, who's going to show us a wee bit more, but we've got Grace on the comments for at the moment. So many, Lily, are up bright and early stateside, which
Can't blame them.
I always think, like, as much as I love my crafting and that, I would probably still be in bed and then catch up after.
I'd rather be up crafting. I've got to say, I am a bit of an early bird. And when it comes to craft, when we've got deals like this brand new launch, you're going to want to get in early, and you know you've secured yours.
And I know so many have. Karen is saying hello from Kentucky. Bethan is saying good morning, Craig, Lily, CTV crew and crafty family.
Morning.
Good morning to you. Barbara is saying hello everyone. Melanie D is saying good morning. Nancy is saying hello. Nancy from San Francisco, the city by the bay. Kirsty is saying good morning everyone. Working from home today. Well, I might do some work in between shows.
Sounds like a good
Sounds
plan.
like a really good plan. Val is saying, good morning, Craig and Lily. Looking forward to seeing your demos. Lily will be demoing within Wake Up Call. I'll be up later on in launch day. Jane is saying, good morning, all from south of France. Betty is saying, good morning, Craig and Lily. Zoe is saying, good morning from West Sussex. Carol is saying, good morning, Craig, Lily, crafty people. And Zoe is saying, wow, that is a big card. That's just going to the one that Lily was showing you a minute ago. Get your comments in, get your questions in. We don't always see Lily a lot here on Crafters TV, so anything you want to ask her, maybe some hints or tips, there is the details along the bottom, either Facebook or of course YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, do make sure that you're commenting on the CTV feed, and then I will get your comments with the help of Grace. Right, Lily, that's enough from me. I think everyone, including myself, wants to see what you can make and how you can make them.
Oh, well, so much you can do with this collection. Like I said earlier, I just love an edgeable die, and it is one of those. I have a lot of edgeables, and you guys at home are probably the same. But every time we bring out a brand new edgeable collection, I know Leanne sort of challenges the team. What's going to be different about this set of edgeables? What's going to be better? What's going to be different to the last collection we've
Absolutely.
done? And I must say, it's probably quite a hard job, to be honest, to try and come up with something different every single time. And they excel themselves every single launch. There's something different. There's a reason why you need to add them to your crafty stash. And like we said earlier, the fantastic thing about this particular collection is the fact that we can actually cut through 2 layers of 300 GSM. Can't say that enough.
It's
600 GSM.
Incredible.
Crazy.
Incredible.
With that detail, cutting through 2 layers to get the most amazing effects. But we're going to start off using the traditional swirls die set. So of course, if you are getting the main collection today, you will get all 4 die sets within the collection, which is fabulous. And as we look at this die, perhaps you're brand new to us here at Crafters Companion, perhaps you've never seen Crafters TV before, you've never heard of measurable die, and you're thinking, what are these all about? Well, if we look at the actual die itself, this is our cutting blade, and it's not sharp to the touch. Dies actually work on pressure when we use them with our die cutting machines. And here we've got our cutting blade, and around the outside, we've got that cutting edge that will cut out of the cardstock. But along this lower section, we've not actually got an outer cutting edge, so that part will stay in our cardstock. And we're going to show that right away with a little bit of die cutting. So I've taken a piece of, this is actually from the Knitwick Kindly Thoughts collection. This is some of our A4 pearl card. I have to say I love this colour. It's a bit of a
I'm the same, Lily, yeah.
I'm obsessed with this collection,
yeah.
honestly, Craig. I think
Beautiful.
This is probably my 3rd pack of the A4 card.
Yeah.
Love it, cannot get enough. But all I've done is I've trimmed it down.
We might have a good deal on that coming up just shortly.
We might have some nice pattern papers as well that might very well be featuring in just a moment.
Oh, maybe.
Sneaky peek. But what we've done is we've taken the length of our A4, but we've just cut it down a little bit, so it's just under 6 inches. We've scored it in half and then in half again on the left-hand side. So it's basically going to form the start of an easel card. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our die cutting plates. Now, with these being about 6 inches by 2 inches, roughly in size, they will fit through your Gemini Junior machines. But like I always say, you're kind of limited by the size of your piece of cardstock.
Yeah,
so the die itself will fit through your smaller machines, but obviously if you are wanting to work with larger pieces of cardstock like we are here, you might need your larger machines.
What I love about the edgeables, Lily, is you know, if you've just started crafting and you do, you know, even a 4x6 card, by adding that to the side, you know, that confidence that it's going to give you is just going to be off the scale. But then if you feel as though you're more advanced, you start to use it with your easels, your twisted easels, you know, do little pockets and that, you can really take it far and beyond, can't
Absolutely. That's the brilliant thing about our edgeable dies, because I always say the hard work is being done in the design of the dies. So if you want to do a really simple card, they're still going to give you a beautiful design. But if you do want to do all your concept cards, like I'm going to try and demonstrate to you this morning, then absolutely you can do that and get amazing results. Now all we've done is we've die cutted that at the very edge there, and all I did is I just ran it through the die cutting machine, paused it and then reversed it back out, just because that was cutting at the very edge of that piece of cardstock. I mean, one pass through the machine. How easy was that? There's no point running it all the way through that full length of the plates, and that's the beauty of our Gemini machines. With that pause and reverse function, it just allows us to actually just pause and then reverse, so we don't need to pass the plate the full way through. And you can see one pass through that die cutting machine, it cut absolutely perfectly. And in this instance, we're only cutting through the one layer, but I'm going to show you in just a moment how beautifully these will cut through 2 layers of our cardstock. I
like how you said that, Lily, about just reversing it, because although we're not necessarily having the Gemini on the show today, all the machines that you can check on our website, I always do like to point out when it comes to the die cutting machine, the Gemini was the first one out there that had the pause and reverse function. Now if you look nowadays, electric machines, so many of them have that feature because they've realised how useful, how handy it is, and they've realised that we need to put it on our machines. So there's leading the trend, so to say, when it comes to technology.
Because that's what a lot of people said about why they might prefer manual machines, because you don't have to run your plates all the way through. But with your Gemini, of course, you've got the pause and reverse. So what we've done here is we've got our cutting edge at the bottom, we've got our die cut there, and all I've done is I've taken that lower section there, that bottom fold, and I've added some of my tape runner. And what I've done is I've taken a piece of cardstock, it's cut to the same size as that top section, so it's just under 6 by 6, and I've done the same, I've cut that die into that top section. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stick that onto the base there, just like we're creating a normal easel card. So this is going to be like the top part of our card. I'm going to have that onto there like so. Now that looks really nice in itself,
doesn't it?
But I want to show you how special these dies are. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this lower section here that we've just stuck down, and then we're going to get our die again. So these 2 pieces are stuck together, so we've got 2 layers of cardstock at the bottom. Now with any sort of regular die, especially a detailed die like this would be, let's be honest, an absolute no-no. Trying to cut through 2 layers with this sort of level of detail, not a chance, quite frankly. But with these dies, you can absolutely be doing that. So all we've done is we've taped that die into position along that lower edge of that piece of cardstock. And again, I'm going to run it through. When I can hear that pitch change, I know that it's gone through. I know that die is cut. I'm just going to pause it and reverse back out. And that is the beauty of your Gemini machines. It saves you so much time.
It does,
saves you
doesn't
so
it?
much effort. It just means we can spend more time crafting,
Exactly,
doing the fun
that's
stuff.
it.
Let's be honest, we say we're die cutters. We say we like die cutting, but in reality, do we actually like the actual die cutting? It's the result that we like.
Isn't it?
It's not the actual die cutting itself.
No.
So if we can save time on the actual cutting process, then absolutely we will do that. And all we're going to do is we're just going to peel this die back. Now these pieces, we can see from the reverse, it's die cut absolutely beautifully, but because obviously we stuck the two pieces together, what you might find is sometimes the pieces sort of want to stay in a little bit. Obviously, so we've got adhesive between the two layers, so you might just need to poke them out a little bit more than you might do normally, but everything has cut absolutely beautifully.
But look how ease that you are just popping them out, and as you were saying, that's 2 layers that you've cut through, Lily, and you're just popping them out with absolute ease.
But something else to note was obviously because of this size of piece of cardstock, I couldn't run it through like that. So when we cut, you know what people always say about the pressure of your machining, always try and cut to the side. We couldn't do that because of the size of the piece of our cardstock. That was at the very top of our plate, and we've still got a perfect die cut every single time, showing not only the strength of our amazing Gemini machine, but also how incredibly these dies cut every single time. 2 layers of cardstock, a beautiful, clean, crisp cut. You can see at the bottom we cut through 1 layer, at the top here we've cut through 2. You wouldn't know any difference at all.
Would you?
I mean, it is possible to do this sort of effect with different dies, but you have to sort of faff around. You have to try and line one up and then line another one up. You can't cut through the 2 layers at once, so it's absolutely incredible to be able to do that with these dies.
Do try that, Lily, then what you would need to do then is you need to bulk up your shins. That's when you're going to banana your plates.
Yep,
all
absolutely.
that pressure with, of course, these extra shins, that's when your plates are going to then curve. So it's not necessarily just not the cutting it's going to do, it's then, of course, your equipment that it's then going to affect as well. Straight through, you would not have thought that that was 2 layers that Lily's just cut through. Popped the bits out with ease.
Yeah, so easy just to pop them out. I mean, there was no tomfoolery there. It was very, very easy to do. So that's the basis of our card, and we did allude to earlier some very special papers that you will find on today's show. So this is from the Knitwit Kindly Thoughts collection, and what I've done is I've just cut that down to size, and I've matted and layered it onto this lovely sort of tealy colour, which is also from the A4 card. So we're using both the 12 by 12 pad that you'll find on today's show. It's in a fantastic bundle, and I'm sure we'll be showing you later. Some of my favourites actually in there, and I'll be using those throughout my demos today, and I can imagine Craig will probably be using them in some of his demos this afternoon as well. But matting and layering this lovely blue and yellow cardstock, such a lovely sort of springy tone to the colours in here. Matting and layering that onto the blue and then onto our card base gives us that really nice effect just to bring the matting and layering into there. I've taken some more of the sheets, another sheet from our pad, the same Knitwit Kindly Thoughts pad, and I've matted and layered it onto some of our teal again, just for that continuity, and then I've placed it again onto some of that yellow. If I was to place it straight onto the blue and then onto that, it gets lost a little bit.
Doesn't it?
But by adding that extra bit of yellow, it brings the yellow from that back piece forward into this extra matte and layer. It just makes this panel pop forward and stand out a little bit more from these backing papers.
Lily, just while you're doing that, if you do want to get ahead with that paper pad bundle, it is on your screen right now. It is the 12 by 12. Now it's working out, you buy 2, you get 2 free. So you're going to be paying for Sarah's Country Lane and Vintage Butterfly 12 by 12 paper pad. And for free, you're going to be getting Knitwit, Homebody and Kindly Thoughts. You're saving over 45%. $31.98 or $36.90. It is on the website. Anything like that myself or Lily mentions, head across to the website, shop the date. It's all going to be there. Please do not miss that one. I've been using it a lot. Lily's using it a lot. As I say, it works out as you're buying 2 and you're getting 2 free full 12 by 12 paper pads.
Wow, can I just say I love this Knitwit Kindly Thoughts. I do have 2. I'm looking at that deal thinking, Lily, you need another one. It's funny because some of you guys at home will probably know I used to work in the team that sort of put the shows together, and I used to pick some of the products. I don't actually do that job anymore. I have a slightly different role, but that deal, you would probably have thought that I'd put that together with all those paper pads, because they are genuinely some of my absolute favourite go-to paper pads. So even if you're like me and you've already got multiples, do stock up, because at that sort of price, it's an absolutely incredible saving.
And it's a good one, sorry Lily, it was just to say it's a good one to point out as well, because Knitwit, actual crafty goodies, you're only going to get with us at Crafters Companion. They're an online digital company, so physical crafty goodies, your paper pads, even stamps and that, you're only going to get with us, so it's worthwhile stocking up.
Absolutely, we're very lucky to have that license. It's a fabulous brand. But talking of Knitwit, this is some of the stamps actually from Kindly Thoughts, and you will also find those in a little bundle on today's show. We've got 2 sets of the Positive Thoughts stamps, and also a set of the Kindly Thoughts. And I've just stamped again onto that same yellowy creamy cardstock using our Midnight Quick Dry ink from Spectrum Noir, matte and layering that onto some of that teal. And then I've got a die cut butterfly, that's from the die cut topper pad, also from the Kindly Thoughts collection. So everything tying together beautifully, just to draw the eye from this left hand side to our sentiment on the right hand side. Just a little bit of lift on there, a little foam pad onto the back, and then just to finish it off onto the bottom here where we've got our stopper, I've just tied a ribbon bow, and again the ribbon is from our Knitwit Kindly Thoughts embellishment pack, so everything working together beautifully. I'm going to pop that onto the centre there. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to the back of this tail just so it sits a little bit nicer onto there, and just a little bit onto there just to stick that down into position. And that will be our first finished card. How easy and quick was that to create using...
Lily, that is absolutely stunning.
Oh, thank you. Using that traditional swirl die cutting it through 1 layer, but also 2 layers as well. How easy was that to create? But you'd not be able to do that so easily if you didn't have the amazing technology within this brand new collection.
Thank you so much. Thank you for showing us as well, yes, how you can use them just as an edgeable. And I say just very, very loosely, because, you know, they're more than just an edgeable, but showing that uniqueness where you can actually cut through your 2 layers of 300 GSM. That was the Knitwit cardstock, of course. That is today's brand new launch, the Ellipse Edgeable Die Collection. You're going to get the 4 dies, $25.55 or $31.80. You are going to be saving 20%, but if you are platinum, that comes down to £20.44 or $25.44. Incidentally, also to say, if you do join Club Inspire and this is your very first order, you're going to save 20% off your first order, so you'll also get them at the platinum price, which is fab. But let's have a look at all 4 of them here, because they do come in the collection of 4. However, we do also have an option I'll go over in a moment where you might just want to cherry pick 2 of them. So these are our Ellipse die collections here. So if you do just want to use them on that one side of the card, you absolutely can do. As Lily explained, these have been designed where the actual cutting edge, and obviously it's not a sharp edge, but it is slightly higher. That enables you to cut all the way through your 2 layers of 300 GSM cardstock. Whether that's, of course, your colour card, it might be your multi-purpose card, it could be thinking of your Centura Pearl. Think of when Anne-Marie's here with adorable Scoreboard. That will be able to cut as well beautifully. So there's the 2 of the 3, or of the 4 of them that you've got here. Whether you are going to use them with the cards, when Lily was starting to make that first demo with that edge at the top, I was thinking, can you imagine as well, if I turn it that way, imagine maybe at the top of a wedding placement, or maybe at the top of a menu or something like that. You could absolutely use that far and beyond your card making. But then that was the 3rd. 4th one we've got here, and we can see here This is our fourth one. All four of them within that collection, all different, whether you're going to use them the way that myself Lily explained, maybe you're going to use them as a double oval or a great big circle. You absolutely can do. Nice one to do paper piecing as well. I would be inclined to do that. So if you do want to go for that full collection, $25.55 or $31.80. However, there is an option. If you just want to go for two, you can cherry pick any two for £15 or $18. So it's a nice set to cater for your needs. But we are going to have a look at, are you ready for this one? And there's not much left. Angel collection. Now, when I say there is not much left, I mean there is not much left. So here we go. Let's have a look. Just to say as well, I'm meant to have this on launch party tomorrow. I'm pretty certain that this is going to be on launch party tomorrow. So Angel collection, what you're going to see is the complete collection, your papers, your embossing folders, your dies, your stamps, so much more. $94.99, or for you guys stateside, $119.95. If you are platinum, you are going to be $75.99 or $95.96. Just say as well, these are all available for you guys across Central Europe. You just need to go onto your website, .eu. But let's have a look. This is a big collection, so I'm not going to spend too long on it because we want to get straight back to Lily. But within this collection here, this is one of those that you have asked for at home. You've asked for that angel theme, you know, that collection where, as I was saying, Lily, the other day, the one type of card we all absolutely hate making is the sympathy cards. But what many had been asking for as well is a collection for, you know, those that you want to make your scrapbook pages, ones that you've, family members, friends, anyone that's close to you that you've lost, but you want to treasure those memories, create your scrapbook collections. This is the perfect one to do that with.
Yeah,
I just think it's fab.
I love it. This is right up my street. When I first saw this, I thought, how absolutely stunning. I mean, that feather is just beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
But don't just think sympathy, don't just think sad occasions. How about christenings, baptisms, holy communions would be perfect, even weddings as well.
Christmas.
Christmas, I mean, that would be perfect for a Christmas card. Perhaps even overlay some little poinsettias over the roses, and that would give you a gorgeous Christmas effect. I love the sentiments in there. I think they give you so much comfort, I think. Really, really uplifting. Love the wings. How amazing would that look with a little bit of gilding wax on there? I know we've got gilding wax on today's show as well. But the fact that you've got that lift up detail gives you an incredible effect on there. Absolutely love this collection, and that one amazing for paper piecing. I think cutting that into a great big lantern box, having maybe a battery operated tea light in the middle would look amazing. But what Craig's picking up now, the vellum, oh my goodness, this absolutely makes this collection. To have the vellum in there, it's completely stunning. I mean, the paper padding itself is gorgeous, but to have it in vellum form as well is just going to give your makes that. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it is really going to take your creations to that next level.
It is, isn't it?
It really does work with that artwork. I think it's exactly what you need with that style of imagery. But what a stunning collection. But you're going to have to be quick, because I'm hearing in my ear we've not got many left.
There's not much at all
Not
either.
many at all. Me and Craig have got ours. You don't want to be missing out on this one for sure.
When you think of the dies that you've got within that set there, where you've got your detailed die, but you've also got your inner die, think of your foil press. Think of foil in that detailed die, then cutting around it, your paper piecing. Techniques that I showed you within the craft along the other week, where die cut it in white multi-purpose, Nina card, pop it onto multi-purpose or Nina card, colour in with your tri-blends or your classics or illustrators, and then you're going to think, but then that's going to give you an inky, messy line, Craig. Well, it will. Die cut it again, overlay over the top, you've got that beautiful effect. Stained glass window effect with the Angel collection.
Will look
it's absolutely beautiful. Now, I get excited about all the elements that we find within the collection, but for me, Lily, my favourite cardstock is linen cardstock.
Absolutely.
It has been for absolute years. And every now and again, and I do say this, and I say it with a purpose, because so many, including yourself, Lily, you will know the brand Basil Basics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, for me, Basil Basics, it was always a favourite, and it still is.
Yeah, definitely.
I can categorically tell you that our cardstocks, our paper pads, are way up there in the quality of Basel Basics.
sure.
Our whole team have absolutely excelled themselves when it comes to our cardstocks lately. Not just, of course, Centura Apparel, but the linen cardstock as well. So if you've never tried ours before, you're probably going to be familiar with that brand.
Definitely.
Think of that brand. That is what you're going to find when it comes to our cardstock, our linen, Centura Apparel, anything along the lines there.
Our cardstock it's got to be some of the best. The amount of cardstock, well, I think you guys at home probably know I'm a complete cardstock and paper addict, but the fact that you get the cardstock included in the collection, you know the colour tones have been matched perfectly to that paper pad, so you're not going to have to worry about looking elsewhere in your stash for that solid colour card that's going to work with the papers. Everything's already in there, and like Craig says, the quality is absolutely second to none.
It really, really is. Now, I'm not going to say that, you know, maybe next week or so we might not be here with a slightly smaller collection, but what's going to happen is the paper pad is going to sell it out. This really is the last chance to get your hands on this full collection, getting it all, everything that I've showed you there, $94.99 or $119.95. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. That's where you need to go. Go along, shop the day. You're going to find lots of goodies as well. Always remember, check out the download sections. You can do print-offs as well. We've managed to keep a hold of that tape pen offer as well, where you're going to get the 8, you're saving 25%. That's there today. Check that out as well. All of these, you're going to get your Club Inspire, Craft Fall, going to be your cartload, anything like that, you always get your Club Inspire. Do you want a little bit more info on that one? Here's the boss to tell you a little bit more about our Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
We really do have so much fun here, probably too much fun at some points. The main thing is we make you laugh. And we always say if you're laughing with us or at us, we don't mind, as long as we bring some cheer to your life. Rachel Gillingham is saying, morning Craig, Lily, Rachel and Teddy here watching.
Oh, morning Rachel.
Hope you're doing well, Rachel. Jerry is saying, good morning all from Southern Maryland. Hello Lily, Craig and crew. Well, hello to you too.
Morning.
We've got Elizabeth saying good morning from Chile, Virginia. Everyone's been saying that it's cold here. I must be the only one that's not cold this morning.
Oh, I've been cold this week. It's
Yeah.
been terrible, but I got back off holiday last week, so I'm feeling the cold worse than
Yeah.
ever. It's
Although
winter's here.
to be fair, like everyone else, I'm reluctant to put the heating on at the
Oh,
moment.
yeah. Oh,
It's like,
definitely
no,
not.
No, but no, seriously, this morning I'm the only one that's not cold.
Wow.
Who knows?
nice.
Who knows? We've got absolute. Was that you? Was that you, George, or was that you, Jamie? Jamie says it's because I'm a Scottish lad.
There
Used
you
to
go.
the cold. Really
Yeah.
is.
If you're walking
no,
around in
actually-
your shorts.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that
Not
far.
quite.
Wouldn't go that far. No, done my shout out actually. We've got George and Jamie in the gallery today. Well, I say all day today. Of course, we are going to go into later on in the day HSN preview with Joe and Sarah. So there's no Monday makers, but then we will be back as normal tomorrow. Marcia is saying good morning everyone. Betty is saying good morning from Oklahoma. Kathy is saying hi Lily, Craig, excited to see the demos. Craig, that colour shirt looks great on you. Thank you.
Yeah, it suits you. It's
Thank
nice,
you, yeah.
nice and summery.
Fuchsia.
Yeah.
Or as Sam said, pink. I was like, no Sam,
No, it's fuchsia, thank you.
It's the
Yeah.
only colour I know. Greens are greens,
Yeah.
reds are reds. But
But
I know
fuchsia-
what a fuchsia is.
Absolutely.
Catherine is saying, good morning, Craig, Lily and the crew from West Sussex. Alicia is saying, good morning and greetings from, I won't say what Joe says, but Arkansas. Getting ready for work while listening to my favourite channel. That's nice. It's lovely when we hear that you watch, but then when so many of you are maybe either working or you're doing something, maybe it's housework, and you listen away at the same time. I love hearing that.
I do the same.
Do you do the
Yeah,
same?
when I'm at home working, I've always got Crafters
Yeah.
TV on. Sometimes I pop in and say hello everyone. But yeah, if I'm not here, I'll be watching. So
Yeah.
I'm usually here in one form or another.
I know occasionally as well, Debbie Fisher, she'll put it on her phone and then she'll put it through, you know, the speaker of the car.
Yes,
So she
yeah,
can
yeah.
hear as she's driving along. Carol and a few others are saying, Lily, that was a beautiful card.
Oh, thank you.
Rachel is saying, Craig, can you say that comment about Nitwit again? I missed something about not being able to get the paper pads anymore, only digital or something. So Nitwit are a online digital company. So all their collections you buy from their site and then you save them, you print them out yourself. You can only get the physical Nitwit crafty products from us. We produce them for Nitwit, so actual paper pads, stamps, dies, you will only get from us when it comes to Nitwit. Anna's saying, good morning, I've ordered the Angel collection, can't wait to play with it. And Anne E is saying, I didn't think I was going to need the new dies, but Lily has changed my mind with her beautiful card.
Oh,
Thank you, that's so lovely of you to say. Keep your comments coming in. Grace has also just said, Craig, it's freezing.
It is.
Well, you know, at least I would rather be fine than, actually no, that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to say what I was saying. Do you know what also didn't make sense a wee minute ago as well? That deal with the tape pens.
It's gone.
It's
out the
gone.
door.
Do you know what it was? You may have still seen it first thing this morning.
Oh.
By the time the guys and gals came into the office, it was still lingering on the website. It has now gone. It's literally gone just as I was saying it. So don't hunt for it because you won't find it there. So I just want to let you know that was my mistake as well. But some of you may have got it early this morning. This does make sense. How about buy two, get two free? You're buying two Sarah's Signature paper pads and you're going to get two Nitwit paper pads for free. You are going to be paying for Country Lane. Now, Lily, these are not Sarah's Signature collections from last year.
No.
Or 2 years, or
No.
getting them home and they're covered in dust because they've been back at the warehouse for so many months. these are relatively new paper pads. So as I said, you're going to be paying for Sarah's Signature Country Lane 12 by 12 paper pad and also your vintage butterfly. Absolutely exquisite. What you're going to get for free is Knitwit, and this is their home body 12 by 12 paper pad, and also for free, potentially one of my favourites is your Kindly Thought. This one would actually work well with your Angel collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe a different take of colour with the yellows in it. But all of these ones, you are going to be $31.98 or $36.90. So you are going to be saving over 45% on that today's price. However, if you are platinum, that's going to come down to £25.58 or $29.52 for 2 Sarah's Signature Collection 12 by 12 paper pads and 2 Knitwit.
I've paid more than that for one 12 by 12 paper. Can I just say, I'm going to be really, really naughty now.
Go for it.
But that vintage butterflies, something we've got coming next week, you're going to need that paper pad. You're not going to need it, but you need it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to match really, really nicely with something that we've got launching next week. I want to say Tuesday, Wednesday. I know you know what it is.
I know what it is, because
Yeah.
this is for me and you here in the UK. Saturday. You might find me across on Hobby Maker on Saturday.
But that, you'll
you're
want that
absolutely
paper
right.
pad. Absolutely.
You're
And can I
absolutely
say as well, another of my favourites, that vintage butterflies. I've got.
Oh, Christine Mahoney. Match
Yeah,
made here.
I'm competing with you,
Competing,
Christine.
Competition.
Knitwit Kindly Thoughts, 2. Knitwit Homebody, 2.
2.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
vintage
surprised.
butterflies, because I love a butterfly. I mean, you're probably the same. You guys at home love a butterfly. So yeah, amazing collection. To get 4 for about 25 quid.
It's crazy, isn't it? So
Mad.
good. Make sure
Amazing.
you get yours, get them into your basket, get them checked out as well. Let me know in the comments what ones are your favourites. Might not necessarily be the ones that are in that bundle, but I know so many of you love our paper pads. We did have, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tease to what was there last week. We did have an incredible deal that you guys went nuts for. Well, just to say that maybe you didn't get that deal we had last week. This is a stonker of a deal. Buying 2, getting 2 for free. $31.98 or $36.90. Right, Lily, what else are we going to be doing?
Oh, should we have a little look at the connecting sentiments?
Well, we do that. Yeah, because I've got them on my side.
Do you want to show them?
I'm going to show them
The
because
deal on these is absolutely amazing. And I know we're talking about the launch today, but when I saw the deal on these, I thought, I'm going to have to show these in my demos because these are amazing. And Craig's going to show you exactly what you're getting in this incredible deal.
everything that I'm going to be showing you, you're going to be getting 6 dies and 6 stamps. So £14 or $19. Platinum price for all of them, £11.20 or $15.20. These are fun. I absolutely love these, just like Lily does as well. These are your connecting sentiments. So they are connecting, basically, with your card blank. You're popping them over the top. We do have that first one I showed you there, friends. You've also got the stamp that says for an amazing. So that can then be for an amazing friend. We've also got thanks, and then your stamp says for everything. You've also got congrats with proud of you.
I love that sentiment. Isn't that just something a little bit
nice.
Different, really heartfelt? To have proud of you. Just
It is
lovely.
Yeah. It's nice just to say that you're proud of, you know, a loved one, a family member, friend, anything to say that you are proud of them. You've also got thankful. So for you. So for you, thankful.
So thankful.
So thankful for you. Really good as well, coming up for Thanksgiving.
Perfect.
Really good one for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got celebrate as well, so it's celebrate your big day. And then we've also got with love, so it's with love to you both. What I like to point out whenever we do show these ones here, please do not underestimate the engineering that's gone into these dies so that you've still got that strength and you've got that structure where you find all these points that are connected to your card. They have been there specifically popped in these places because that is what's creating that weight, that structure for your card. You will find some of us in the past have popped acetate at the back. You can do, it's not necessary for you to do that because you've got the structure there. However, these are a really quick one. These are ones where the recipient is going to think, wow, how did you do that? Did you cut them out by hand? Did you do your cutting with your blades? All of that I've just showed you there, £11.20 platinum price or $15.20. Really is one of those where if you've hummed and had about them in the past, today is absolutely the day, with one of the best deals that I can say anyway, when it comes to these connecting sentiments as well. Don't need to use them within the card blanks. Create your banners, of course. Foil press. I've done demos in the past to show you how you can use them on the foil press. Anything that you've seen us do, you want to go back, YouTube is the place to go. Go across onto our YouTube. Just type in the collection, type in our name. There's playlists there. You can go back whenever you like and get some ideas and inspiration. I know it's one that I tend to use quite a lot as well when it comes to some of our products. But I believe we are going to be having a look at the launch once again. This is basically what today is all about. And this is our brand new launch, which is our Ellipse die collection. These are the edgeables, where you're going to get 4 dies in total. £25.55 or $31.80 for that full 4 collection. Now you are going to save 20%, however if you are platinum, that's then going to come down to £20.44 or $25.44. When it comes to these ones, however, maybe you only want 2. There's a specific 2 that you want. Maybe you can't quite reach the full collection, but you think, Craig, I do want to try them. Then you do have an option where you can cherry pick any 2 for £15 or $18. We've seen some finished samples earlier on. Lily done an absolutely stonker of a card earlier as well that looks so, so beautiful. I think it's time we see these once again as to how they work and what you can do with them, Lily.
Absolutely. Can I just say, I was just reading the screen as you were speaking. I was just looking at the platinum price and I've just done a little bit of maths. I know on a Monday morning, so hold tight, need to sit down for this. Platinum price, you're getting 4 sets of dies, £5.11 for 1 set of dies.
Basically, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I know. Yes, good maths.
Really
Thank
good
you,
maths.
Jamie.
That's why I'm just nodding to you.
Yeah, £5.11.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, is that right? It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
If you look at one of these die sets, you can see the level of detail, and this is the one I'm going to be using next, actually, the Ditsy butterflies. The level of detail, and don't forget the engineering where we cut through 2 layers at once. £5.11. Crazy price. Anyway, before I start to second guess myself anymore and my mathematical ability on a Monday morning, let's get playing with this die set. And of course, I have to bring in the butterflies. As you've just heard, I'm obsessed with butterflies. 3 paper pads of the vintage butterflies. I do like a butterfly. And this is such a lovely, delicate design. Same sort of idea as the first die set we looked at. That cutting blade along the bottom that's going to cut out and then cut in along the top. And all we've done is we've taken a piece of our Centura Pearl Snow White, hint of silver, cut it down to 12 inches by 6 inches to create a 10-fold 6 by 6 inch card base. We've got some breaking news.
We do indeed.
Oh,
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's sad news.
Angel collection, it's gone.
Gone.
It's gone. I'm going to have to rethink my prep demos for launch party tomorrow. That is for sure. We did manage to get that small smidge back and it is now completely gone, the Angel collection. I know so many of you have fallen in love with it. You cannot wait to get your hands on it, but it has now, as you can see.
Don't scream and shout.
It's gone, that's it. It's now sold out, as Ben would say. So I know that you're absolutely going to love it, that is for sure. Sorry about that, Lily. I just didn't want anyone to have a look on the website and see that it's not there.
At least we can still get our new launch. That's something.
That's true.
So back to the new launch, mixing all the words together. Our Ditsy butterflies, we've just positioned it onto our piece of cardstock. And of course, we are going to be cutting through those 2 layers. It feels very alien doing this. I feel like I'm doing something wrong because I feel like I shouldn't be able to do this. This is not right. It's a detailed die, 2 layers of Centura Pearl, but it's going to work. So again, we're just waiting to hear that sort of change in pitch of the machine. As soon as we've heard that, pause it and reverse it back out. And like we were saying earlier, that is the beauty of our Gemini machines, whether it be our Junior, and of course, like we said earlier, these will fit through your Gemini Junior machine. It just depends on the size of your piece of cardstock as to whether
Well, that's like, you don't need to make big cards if you don't want to.
No.
You know, it could be just at the real edge of a bookmark. Can you imagine a little slimline bookmark with that fancy edge to it? You can be doing that, wedding placements if you want to, even like wraps around your battery-operated candles or anything like that that you can be doing.
I mean, think about decorating your whole like dinner table. So you could have the menu, you could have, these could be wrapped around your napkins or your cutlery, your place settings. How absolutely gorgeous would that look? And perhaps for a wedding, I mean, cutting this in Centura Pearl like we have here looks absolutely stunning for all your wedding stationery. So you can see we've cut through 2 layers really, really easy. And you can see that that's just popping out easily there. But rather than spend all the time just popping those pieces out, we can see from the reverse that it has cut through. I'm just going to bring in one that we've done earlier. So we're going to move that to one side for just a moment. And the only difference with this one that I've already pre-prepared is we've gone ahead and done the same at the bottom. We've cut through the 2 layers with that fabulous edgeable die. But what I've done is I've taken that thanks from our amazing connecting sentiments that Craig's just been showing you. And I've cut that into the middle there like so. Nice and easy to do. But what we're going to do is going to take this same die again. I'm going to take a piece of Craig's favourite, some linen card. This is from actually our Sarah Signature Country Lane linen card collection. So if you do have some of the that linen card, that's exactly what we've used for this.
It's a beautiful set of cardstock in
Gorgeous card, isn't it? I love this pinky colour. I'm sort of matching with your shirt with this demo, I'm thinking.
You are actually, aren't you?
Yeah, quite nice. And you might be looking at this thinking, blimey, that's a bit of a scratchy piece of cardstock. Don't worry, we will be trimming this out. So all we're going to do, you know what I'm like for my saving my cardstock.
But it's a good way to show, obviously a moment ago you showed how you had used it on that card blank, but then I have an idea where you're going to go with this one. But if you weren't to do what I think Lily's the way to do it, that could just be a sentiment on the front of a card. Down a scrapbook page, yesterday I had the Craft Along with their fancy frames. I've done a scrapbook page. Use your connecting sentiments for just a sentiment down the side if you want to, not necessarily just for your card blanks.
Yeah, I mean, so what we did here is we showed the, I always call it like the proper concept, the way they've been designed. Yeah. And what I tend to do when I get any sort of die set, any sort of collection home that's got some sort of concept or underlying theme or idea behind it, what I'll do is first of all, I'll use that in the way that it's been designed. So with this particular collection, I'll use it for that first card, I'll use it in that concept that it's been designed. But once I've done that and I've sort of thought, right, yeah, that works really nice, I've got a lovely result with that, I'll start to think, how else can I use these designs? What other concepts can I come up with? And for this particular one, all we're going to do is we're just going to snip out our sentiment. So it's nice and easy to do, just taking some of our precision scissors, and you should find these on the website. These are perfect for all your fussy cutting, for snipping into the details in your dies. It's going to give you that really neat finish, nice and easily. And we're just going to continue this sentence, so just following the curves round, and by doing this, all we're going to do is we're going to release our sentiment from this outer piece. So rather than using it as a connecting sentiment like we have done on that card base, it's just showing another use for this particular collection. And of course we are using the thanks die, but you could be doing this same technique with any of these sentiments within the range. You are of course getting all of them for that amazing price.
It's easy to follow by
absolutely.
Snipping them out, isn't it?
Because all I'm doing is I'm continuing that curve, so I'm following where the curve starts, and I'm just continuing that same angle, that same level of curve, and it's really nice and easy to do. You saw how quick that was just to trim that out. Now you could be using that on its own on a separate project, but what we're going to do in this particular instance is we're actually going to paper piece this back onto that one that we cut into our card base. So I'm just taking a piece of scrap paper and one of my dotty tape pens. This could be your tacky glue in a fine tip glue applicator, but just for speed I'm using my dotty tape pen. I have to say at home I do tend to use my tacky glue in my fine tip glue applicators, and it will give you.
The same, Lily.
Yeah, I do like my wet glues, but just for speed I'm just going in with my dotty tape pen, just to add a little bit of adhesive onto the back of there. Then all we're going to do, and I find it easier to actually open my card out at this point, just allows us to see a little bit easier what we're doing. And I'll start at one end and I'll line that one edge up Once I'm happy that that's lined up and flush over that design, I'll just sort of follow that design from left to right, lining each piece up, rather than trying to sort of stick it all down and perhaps getting in a little bit of a mess. Just concentrate on one area, and once you're happy with that, press that down and move on to the next area. And because we've used a die, we know that it's exactly the same shape and size, so it's going to fit over there perfectly, and it just brings that detail out a little bit more. Doesn't that just make it pop? Looks absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to bring in a few mats and layers, and of course I'm using some of those paper pads that we've got on the show that Craig's just been showing us. And this is from the Knitwit Home Body collection. I have to say this is right up my street. I'm sure a lot of you guys at home will know I'm a big fan of pink. Pink's definitely my favourite colour, so this paper pad is right up my street. And I love the fact that we've also bring in the kind of like denim-y blues into the collection as well. So you've got your pinks, you've got some nice off-white creamy type tones in there as well, and your blues as well to really lift it. And we've added that onto the centre there. When it stands up, we'll see that does sort of lift proud off there, so it makes it pop a little bit more. And then we've taken some more of the paper from that lovely 12 by 12 inch paper pad. It's gorgeous floral design.
They're actually on the screen. If you didn't see us going over them just not that long ago, then they're at the bottom of the screen where you're getting your 12 by 12 paper pads. You're getting 4 in total. It is going to work out that you're buying 2, you get 2 free. You're going to be paying for the Country Lane and also the vintage butterflies, both of them Sarah's signature. And then for completely free, you're going to be getting Knitwit Homebody and Kindly Thoughts. You're going to be paying $31.98 or $36.90. That is giving you a saving of over 90%. Incredible.
Amazing.
There. And just to point out as well, that's not even your platinum price. Your Club Inspire, it'll be even less than that one there. That's the details on the screen.
Wow. So what we've done is we've matted and layered onto that same linen cardstock that we used for our sentiment. So like I say, that's from the Country Lane A4 linen card pack, and you should find that on the website as well. Just bringing out that lovely pink tone. So we've got that same pink in the front and on our mats and layers, so it matches really nicely. But we did talk about earlier, within these connecting sentiments, not only do we get the die that we've just shown how to use, but we also get the stamp as well. So this is thanks for everything. And I love the fact that we can use the die on its own, or we can use it with the stamps. So you've got 2 different options there. And I was actually looking at the boards as Craig was taking you through those, and I was thinking some of the dies you can actually mix and match and maybe have more than one of the dies on the one card. So for example, you could have thanks friend, that would work quite nicely. Celebrate friend. So think about mixing and matching the different die sets, not just using one on a card. How about creating really nice big show-stopping cards using more than one of the sentiment? It would give you just a little bit of a different look. So we've got the thanks for everything. We've stamped that using our quick dry ink in fuchsia onto that same Centura pearl, and then just to finish it off, I do love a nice ribbon bow. We're going to add that bow onto that top left-hand side, and it balances the detail in the bottom right with the detail on the top left, draws the eye into that detail in the centre. Now it would be a lovely card if it was just sort of this area here. It'd be a really nice card, nice bit of detail, but by adding that edgeable along the bottom, doesn't it really lift it? It gives it that real special finishing touch, that little bit of pizzazz, that little pretty detail. But how about adding some acetate behind there and paper piecing back in? I would love to sit and spend a few hours doing that.
I would as well. And that's actually a prime example where I was saying, Lily, that maybe that you've just started crafting, paper crafting. So where you showed you there, where you were covering it up, that top bit, that could be, you know, the starting of your crafting journey. By simply adding that one die cut at the bottom as a new beginner, wow, that confidence that that's going to give you, that pride that it's going to give you. And all you've done is just done one die cut, just adding that little bit.
A die that costs you £5.11.
Exactly.
And it gives that amazing elevation to your makes.
It does.
I can't believe that price. Brilliant price. Love these dies.
So do I. So do I. I can't wait till launch day where myself and Joe will have 2 hours. You'll be what I'm sure you will be. Yeah, we all love to tune in and see what we're all doing on some days. There is some days, me and Debbie have said this, Debbie Robinson live on air, where it's like, she's got that launch. Or Debbie will be like, Craig's got that launch. Or Debbie Fisher will be like, I can't believe you've got that one. Trust me, there's launches that we all aim to get.
Absolutely.
Until Sarah comes along and she goes, no, I'm having it. There we go. That is your Eclipse dies. Ellipse. That's just one.
8 minutes.
58 minutes
You've done
in.
well, actually.
I've done well.
Really well.
I'd like to think I've done well. Ellipse Edgeable die collection, the 4 die, $25.55 or $31.80. You're saving 20%, £20.44 platinum price or $25.44. Right, I've got another really good deal at Kickstart of the week. Let's have a couple of comments first of all. We've got Catherine is saying, watching while cooking for my dad as he has had a hand operation this morning. He's coming to stay with me and I converted him to be watching your shows with me every day. Oh, that's lovely. Sorry to hear, obviously, you know, your dad's had to have a little operation. Nice that he's able to come and stay with you, spend a bit of time. Hope he recovers really well and quick. You
And
never
what
know,
are you
might get
cooking?
Sorry?
What's she cooking? That's
Well,
what I want to
what's-
know. What are
yeah.
you cooking? Are you sending us some? Meals on Wheels, send us
Meals
some
and
dinner.
Wheels.
We'll
You
come
might
round, do
even
a bit
get
of
'em.
crafting.
Get them crafting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ooh.
You never know, might become a bit of a crafter. Rachel is saying, Craig, thank you for the nitwit clarification. You're more than welcome. And you're saying it's a public holiday in Australia today.
Oh, happy holidays.
I don't think we've got any more coming up, do we, this year?
No.
Apart from Christmas.
No, if not.
No, I don't think we
No.
have. No. Heather is saying, I need all the paper pads. I know so many are like that. Although I'm pointing to Lily, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Lorraine is saying good morning. That's Grace away for the date. Caitlin has now jumped on to give us a helping hand, saying she's with us for the rest of the show. Sandra Dundas is saying, I think I will make some really special Christmas decks for the Christmas dinner table, as it's just the 2 of us this year. Going with what Lily said, really good idea. The dinner table, kitchen, round the candle, round the napkins, you know, maybe if you want to really go fancy, round the cutlery as well if you want to. There really is lots that you can do with this Ellipse die collection. Sandra is also saying, good idea, these dies would make a beautiful rocker cards.
Ooh.
They would be really, really good. Rhonda saying, good morning, y'all, from Round Rock, Texas. And Jane is saying, beautiful card, Lily. Wasn't it just?
Oh, thank you.
Really, really beautiful. We've still got just under an hour to go. Get your comments in, get your questions in. Anything you want to ask, you're unsure of, then fire them across and I shall ask Lily for you. You can get social right across the bottom, either YouTube or Facebook. If you are watching and commenting on Facebook, all I would just say is if you watch on the Crafters TV feed, then we'll be able to see your comments coming through. Right, from one Gemini to another. Now, this is one, as I always say, and I apologise for saying it yet again. I have to question myself now because I've changed sides in my craft room. My Gemini Junior sits on my left-hand side and my Gemini Midi sits on my right-hand side. These two I've always got going. This one being the Mini. This is the manual die cutting machine here. Now with this one here, £59.49 or $76.46. That's today's price. Platinum price is $47.59 or $61.17. Plus, you're going to get 100 free bonus points as well for Club Inspire. So that might kickstart your lead when it comes to the Club Inspire. This might actually take you into the next platform when it comes to Club Inspire, but you're getting 100 free bonus points. You will get your one folder and your purple shim included as well as standard, but this is your Gemini Midi. So think of it size-wise as your Gemini Junior, 6 by 9 inches, but this one is a manual one, so you don't need any power. It is a sturdy little machine, however it's still the Gemini, which means you're going to get that incredible precise power. And when I say power of obviously winding yourself, but with the rollers all the way through, edge to edge. Many of you love it as well. Many of you have already got them within your crafty stash. Many, like myself, Lily, just buy them as they're launched. I know Debbie done the same, both Debbies, even before the Geminis were launched, before we even started here, we pre-ordered our ones.
Yeah, we're all the same. I mean, I had a Gemini long before I worked here. They're the best. Everyone knows they're the best, whether they work here or not.
But when I pre-ordered when the Gemini first came out, I pre-ordered for about a week, keeping in mind, I wasn't here at the time. And same with the Gemini Junior, I wasn't here at the time, but I pre-ordered 4 weeks in advance to get my hands on the Junior. So that's how much that we love our Gemini ranges. If you are going to go for the Gemini Midi, or maybe you've already got it and you want a little accessory pack, we've got just the thing for you. And this is the Midi accessory plastic folder pack. It's a bit of a mouthful for a Monday morning. So this is where you are going to be getting your folders, because the Midi is folder based. You don't need to worry about your plates. You don't need to worry about plate configurations. All you need to do is pop your die cut into your folder. These are of course 9x6, hence why they go through the Midi, but you can, I should still say as well, with the Midi that I showed you a minute ago, you can still do your embossing folders as well with them. Absolutely beautiful. But these is what you're going to need when it comes to your die cutting. You do get 2 in this pack, so you get your 2 plastic folders, and you're also going to get an additional plastic shim. Now this is what you're going to need if you are using a 2D embossing folder. Pop your cardstock in your 2D embossing folder, sit it on top and wind it through. No plates, no shims, no nothing, just the plastic one. That is everything that you're getting, £8 or $10.49. You're going to be saving 10%. This is one of these items that I say, Lily, that we never need to discount.
No,
because we can sell these folders day in, day out without having to put a discount on. That's not what we're about at Crafters Companion on Crafters TV. We do like to give the discounts on the essential items that you need within your stash. Platinum price, £3.59.
That's daft, quite frankly.
So that one, so if we just go back, so that one, so
rewind.
So that's just that one.
So for 2 of those.
So for the 2 of them.
£6.40
and then the purple one is separate.
Yeah.
But still £3.59 or $4.80 for your 2 plastic ships. That is fab.
For essential core things. You guys know at home, if you've got one of those machines, you know you have to stock up. It's the same with your plates for your electronic machines. You know, die cutting plates, you need to have a few in reserve. So for that sort of price, stock up. That's all I can say.
If you do want to go for an extra plastic shim, then you are going to be $4.49 or $6. That also £3.59, $4.80.
Crazy.
That's fab.
Less than £4 for one of those.
I know.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow, wow, wow.
Really handy just to pop into your baskets to have for these essentials when you need them. Before we go back to Lily, we're going to have a look at the scoreboards. We've got these ones here. An absolute must.
Absolutely.
Absolute must. You will know by now, if you don't, you know, you think of Crafters Companion, you think of Centura Apparel, you think of our scoreboards. These ones are our Score Master with our envelope box and our box scoreboard collection. So all 3 of them, you are going to be paying £25 or $25. If you are platinum, however, you're going to be £20 or $20. Now, these are ones that you will see us using day in, day out. Your Scoremaster will not come with a black line down it.
No.
We do that because it's a good visual aid for us to then match up our corners to corners when it comes to our cards and projects. I would highly recommend you do that, but you don't have to. Now, within that today's price, you are going to be saving 40%. You do have inches on one and centimetres on the other, so we cater for both. But then what we've also got is an additional scoreboard. This will fit within your Ultimate Pro, but you can absolutely use it without your Ultimate Pro. This is what's enabling you to make your boxes. In saying that, so does that as well. So you have got a wide scope of box sizes that you can then be making. And then maybe you don't want a box, but you want a lovely envelope and you want to make it quite a thick envelope. Then you can create your box envelopes. This also will fit straight into your Ultimate Pro. However, you can 100% use it without being on your Ultimate Pro. So whether you are doing your decoupage, whether you're doing your flat cards, whether you're doing the dimensionals on the side, your edge walls, anything like that, you can make an envelope to fit whatever card project that you are going to be making. So that's a really good one. Check that one out if you've not got any of these within your stash. We do have quite a few of you that's got bits and pieces in your basket. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back in a moment. We're going to head straight to Lily and have a look at what she's away to be showing us. But until then, have a look at this at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You didn't.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that?
We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team. We have lots of fun here. I did tell you earlier on, we absolutely do. We've seen John, we've seen Tracy, we've seen Jake as well. Jake was in yesterday, we've got Tracy today and John in today as well, so we've got a full team. Charlotte Clark is saying, good morning, Craig, Lily, CTV crew and all you wonderful crafters. Waving at all of you from Georgia. Well, waving back. Catherine Ditch is saying, beef casserole and dumplings with garden vegetables. Picked this morning. I can send some for you both. Wink, wink.
Can I just say dumplings are one of my favourite. It's stew and dumpling weather. It really is.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It really is. Just, it's like that and soup and stews and mashed potatoes and
the comfort food.
I know. I know it's only 12 minutes past midday here in the UK, but I could quite
it's dinner
easily
time.
eat something.
Oh yeah.
Dinner time. Yeah. What's Christina got today?
I think it's French onion soup. I could smell it cooking this morning, and I don't like French onion soup, but it did smell nice.
Yeah. It's got a good Victoria sponge as well. Saying all this, you guys can't get any, unfortunately, but we can. That's a good thing. If you do want to, I do like to always pop a couple of pictures on Insta story, and you can see some of the things Christina makes when she's not in here. She's an incredible baker, and she just loves her food when she comes to cooking. Betty is saying, I use my MIDI every day. Barbara is saying, Lily, I love that card using both those dies on the card.
Thank you.
Good way to show actually how you can use them both. Rhonda is saying, the MIDI is a goodie. I have two.
Good on you.
Heard a lot of people that's got a couple of MIDIs.
I mean, it's great if you've got kids or grandkids and you want to craft with them. Perhaps you don't want to give them an electronic machine. You want to craft together. One for you, one for your grandkid. Absolutely perfect.
That could be theirs.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's nice for them to have, something of their own little crafty stash. You don't have to worry about the electronics. Perfect little die cutting machine for the kiddies.
It absolutely is. We've then got, so Dana is asking, any suggestions on how people label their cutting plates to keep track of rotating them? I will also ask Lily that in a minute if she's got any ideas. What I say is, you know what I'm like, when it comes to our two cutting plates, I always use one to cut into and I keep the other one free. It's just something that I've always done because if I emboss with stencils or anything like that, it's a nice clean plate. What I've suggested in the past that you do, on each side of the cutting plate, if you do A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and just a little mental note that the first time you've cut into side A, then you need to flip side B and then side D. So that's just a little bit of a memory aid as to how you can flip and rotate them each time. Is there a way that you do it, or?
Shall I tell you the way I do it?
Let's do it.
And shall I tell you the why I do it that way?
Yeah.
I do it the same way you do because I watch you on the telly
Really?
doing it. And that's why I do it. Yeah, genuinely. I remember you doing a Gemini 101 masterclass and I thought, what a cracking idea. So ever since, that's the way I do it. But I always keep one that's clean.
Yeah.
Always have done. Always.
Actually, I think we craft a lot the same way, Lily.
Yeah,
I've
we
been
do.
watching you in the last time, the other week that we worked together.
Yeah.
I think we do craft in a lot of the same ways.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's helped, Anna, when it comes to keeping your plates clear or lasting that bit longer. The key thing is, and I can absolutely tell you, our cutting plates, I'm sure Lily will vouch for this, they do last a long time if you flip and rotate them. Mine have lasted so long, and that's because I'm really good at flipping and rotating them. So if you do that, they won't banana. You will get a slight bend in them, don't get me wrong, but they will stay relatively flat for quite a long time.
Can I just say as well, an old machine I used to have, not a Gemini, not even an electronic machine, it was a A4 manual machine. I had a plate break straight in half.
Really?
And I've never had anything like that with my Gemini. Literally sheared straight in half.
Straight, there you go.
In the middle of a project, I had 2 A5 plates basically, and I've never had anything like that with your Gemini. Make sure you flip and rotate. You will get a little bit of warping, that's just to do with the pressure, but if you're flipping and rotating every single time, these do last a really long time. Just look after them like you would anything else in your crafty stash.
Thanks for that, Lily. And yes, it's like everyone in the office is diving in to get some of that Victoria sponge. Caitlin is saying, first she's saying that she loves Tracy, as we all do, and that cake sounds peng.
I know she'll be down here straight after the show getting herself a slice.
That word peng.
Oh, no, bit young.
I know what it means, a bit young.
Bit young. Says me, but...
What about paper pads? We've got this incredible deal when it comes to these paper pads. This is...
Oh.
For a minute, I thought that was your way to sneeze there, Lily.
Oh,
there was sneezing there. This is where you're going to be buying 2 and you're getting 2 for free. So you're going to be paying for 2 of the vintage butterflies. Well, you're going to be paying 2 of the Sarah's signature. One of them being vintage butterflies. Now within this one here, it is double-sided, as they all are. But these ones have got a lot of the layering done for you. They've got that colouring layer done. So maybe you're not into your inking, maybe you're not into your spritzing, the layering upon layering. This is all done for you. Does not mean that you can add extra detail onto it, but it's the depth, the dimension, Lily, that you get certainly within this one. It's absolutely beautiful.
That design in particular you've just shown is a fussy cutter's dream. I know a lot of you guys at home will know I love my fussy cutting, but these are perfect for snipping into, taking some of those butterflies out and using those as separate embellishments. They look amazing as well if you cut them out. Add a little bit of your clear sparkle pen onto there just to give them a little bit of shimmer and shine. They look absolutely stunning. But
really,
another of
really
my
do.
favourites. Shall I tell you what I love particularly about this one? I love the reverse of a lot of the designs. So you've got that wood grain.
Yeah.
And it works so well for all your masculine makes, or when you just need a subtle touch of a pattern. You don't want a really strong design, but you don't want a solid colour card. You want a little bit of pattern onto your projects. That reverse is absolutely perfect.
Beautiful,
love that
isn't it?
pink one, of course. It's got to be my favourite, but all the different colours you've got in there, something for every occasion. Love that wood grain. I think it looks incredible.
It really is. The wood grain, all of them, of course, being 12 by 12 would be good for your scrapbooks, but your wood grain, it's just got that uniqueness when it comes to your scrapbook. And you find as well, for me anyway, it helps divide up your scrapbook pages.
Definitely.
Don't know what it is about wood grain or lines within the pattern paper, but absolutely helps to do that. But what I also love about so many of our paper pads nowadays is if we take this one here, I believe this is also one from Faye through in product development. If we look at this one, but then if we look actually, what is the reverse? It is the same deep, deep background that we can just see in the back, but without all of that focal detail. So whether you're doing your fold backs, your tea bag folding, anything like that, it works an absolute treat. These are all matte, so if you do want to spritz ink, do your glitter paste, anything like that, you absolutely can do. So this is where today's price, $31.98 or $36.90. You're paying for these two, but that's not it. For free, you're going to be getting these absolutely beaut of a Knitwit paper pads here. So as I was touching upon earlier on, Knitwit are an online digital company. So this is where you would purchase their designs and you print them out yourself at home. But with these are, lost my train of thought there.
They are the physical product.
Actual core crafting product, that's where I was going, you will only find with us at Crafters Companion. We've teamed up together so that we've taken many of their designs, we've then put them into the paper pads, we've put them into stamps, we've put them into dies, we've put them into embossing folders and given you these core crafting tools that you can then craft day in, day out. This one here, Lily, being the home body, beautiful, it's fresh. It's one of those, I quite believe that no one at the moment is fed up of doing Christmas cards.
No.
But you do get into that little bit of a lull, maybe end of November, start of December, where it's like, oh, just want something a little bit different.
A little bit more fresh.
Bit fresh.
Yeah.
This is where this pad, not only this pad, but this one being your Kindly Thoughts one. Absolutely fresh. It's almost as if, with this one as well, it's as if you could sniff it.
Yes.
It's got that fragrance to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Hey, you never know, it might be something, in the future.
Ooh,
See if we can do
put
that.
the idea forward, definitely.
But as you were saying as well earlier within the country lane, this has got a lot of snippage to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Snippets out,
Definitely.
decoupage them up together. Whether you want to chop them down into 4 6x6s, you can do. But your overlay, sparkle overlay pens, wouldn't that beautiful?
Even your glossy highlights as well would look gorgeous onto there.
Even just
dewdrops.
going in with your ice grey too, creating that extra shadow to it.
Yeah, definitely.
All double-sided. Another one that's going to be good for your masculine card on the back. New baby, of course, as well. You've got your plaids, your tartans in there. It's something that we've always been asked for. Leanne's made sure over the past few months that these have been included in many of our paper pads, including the summer gnomes, which might just be a masterclass tomorrow. FYI.
Very, very excited for that. Love that collection.
But there we go. Wanted to spend a little bit of time. These have been so busy this morning, going into the early part of this afternoon. All 4 of them, $31.98 or $36.90, where it is working out as buy 2, get 2 free. You're buying the 2 Sarah Signature, you're getting the 2 Knitwit for free. If you are Platinum, $25.58 or $29.52. Or if this is your first purchase after joining Club Inspire, you'll also get that at $25.58 or $29.52. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. That's where you need to go. Have a look, shop the day and peruse at your own leisure. Although I would say anything when it's a launch, make sure you get them checked out ASAP, because we've had a lot that have been selling out rather quickly as of late, haven't we, Lily?
We certainly have. You want to make sure you get these in your crafty stash for sure.
Talking about launch, you're the way to show us now. This is our launch of today, Ellipse Edgeable Die Collection. 4 dies in total, so you're going to get all 4, saving 20% on today's price, $25.55 or $31.80. If you are platinum, £20.44 or $25.44. You might just want to cherry pick 2, where you can get 2 for £15 or $18. That's up to you. Best saving, always in the main bundle. But Lily, what else can we do with these?
Shall we play with the Dainty daisies?
Oh,
I
go for
love
it.
this. And dainty is the perfect word that summarises this particular die. It is so delicate, so dainty. I'm thinking again, of course, you could be paper piecing and picking out the details onto there. But again, with these, we have got that technology which allows us to cut through 2 layers of cardstock in one pass. But with this particular card, we're actually going to create a shaker card, and we're only going to cut through the 1 layer. So you do have the option, of course. It's great that we've got that option to be able to cut through 2 layers at once, but don't think that that's the only way that you can use these. Of course, you can be cutting through 1 layer as we would with any ordinary die. So what we've got is we've got a piece of multi-purpose card, and we do have that on the Shop the Day category. You get a pack of 2 for an incredible price, and I've cut it down to 7 by 5.
I think that's sold out as well, even before we went live today.
So that's, to be fair, that's probably me buying them all.
Is that you?
I did buy quite a few last week.
Maybe a couple have bounced back, but it did, I'm sure it did sell out just before we went live, because we were meant to have it on. Check out the website anyway. It's one of those that will be back in stock, ASAP. But maybe, try your Centura pearl.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would give you a lovely effect. Different effect, we have that lovely pearl, but we saw with that card we just created how amazingly these do work with your Centura pearl. So, of course, you can be using this with your white Centura pearl. It could be coloured cardstock, completely up to you. Of course, with these being dies, the beauty of using your dies is that you can cut into whatever cardstock you like. So all we've done is we've die cut this through our piece of cardstock like so. And you can see again how beautifully that cuts. And we've cut 1 on that side like so. And you might be looking at that and thinking it looks a little bit peculiar, perhaps where we've positioned that onto our cardstock. But all we've done is we've done exactly the same again. So we've cut another onto that other side. So all it is 2 die cuts, just like so. And then what we've done is we've just taken a craft knife and joined up those 2 edges. So really simple to do, 2 die cuts and then just 2 cutting lines. And doesn't that give you a totally different effect?
It really does.
You wouldn't really think that that's an edgeable die.
You
You'd think that's probably a rectangular die, but again, just the 2 die cuts, really nice and easy to create. And like I was saying earlier, it's just about looking at your dies, wherever it might be in your crafty stash, and just seeing different ways that you can use them for the different effects you can get with a particular die. Don't just think about the concept that they've been perhaps traditionally designed for. Think about snipping into them, think about cutting them in different ways, in different configurations, and it's going to give you an entirely different look. So what we're doing now is we're taking some of our red liner tape and we're adding this just around the outside of this design. So this is our 6mm red liner tape. You will find all of our 3 widths of our red liner on the website. We do our 3mm, which is great if you've got quite a small thin area that you want to apply your tape to. We do our 6mm, which is the middle size, which is what we use in here. And then we also do our 12mm as well, which is quite a more unusual sort of width, I'd say, of red liner tape. You don't see it so often, but it is really useful to use perhaps on your box tabs when you need some red liner tape that's a little bit thicker. You want to cover a little bit of a larger area. That is going to be absolutely perfect.
Just to say, Lily, in case you wondered what that card pad bundle was that came up on the screen a moment ago, we're going to go through it just shortly. It's where you've got 100 sheet, you've got some Centura pearl, some glitter card, and also some printable pastel cardstock, 100 sheets in total. That was what was on the screen a moment ago. Don't worry, you've not missed anything. We're going to have a look at it just after Lily's finished with this demonstration.
It is a good bundle, that one, I have to say. I was looking at that earlier, I'm thinking a good bundle. Of course, you could be cutting this from your Centura pearl as well. But what we've done is we've just added some acetate to the back. And then of course we've got some of our pattern paper this is from the Country Lane selection. So you can see on the reverse we've got that lovely wood grain effect, but on the front I'm just using a part of the design where it's not got a lot of sort of the imagery, if you like. It's more of a subtle background design. I don't want to have too much detail onto there. We just want it into the background just for that extra little bit of detail. And I love the fact that we've got almost like faux gilding onto there. It is just printed, it's not gilded or foiled at all, but it does have that effect, almost like it's had that extra additional finish onto there. And what we've done is we've taken some of our gold glitter cardstock, just a little bit larger than that particular piece, and all we're going to do is we're going to mat and layer our pattern piece onto our gold glitter. And I think it's really nice to bring in all your glitter cardstocks for that really special finishing touch, just to elevate all your makes. It does give it a really elegant and opulent finish onto there. And then we've got a card base. This is 7.5 inches by 5.5, again from our multi-purpose card, but of course this could be Centura Pearl, it could be coloured card if you prefer, completely up to you.
Could be, isn't there?
Lots of different options, and like I say, that's a brilliant thing about dies. Whatever the occasion, whoever the recipient is for that particular card, or might be any other sort of project, this could be a box, it could be a scrapbook page, just match your colours and your different patterns to that recipient and you'll get a different effect every single time. So we've got this element onto here like so, but to make this into a shaker, we're going to need some shaker tape onto the back. So you'll need some sort of 3D adhesive. I do like my my foam that may be on a roll. We don't say the words together, otherwise...
Well, you can say it, I just don't sing it.
Good.
Yeah.
Too early in the morning.
When I'm about, you can say foam on a roll, all you like. Even when Ben's here and we're on together, you will not get me singing. It's so old, it's so boring, it's not fun. Even John's laughing at the side of me here, he's the same, he's like, no.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, done that, got the t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just Ben that seems to still think it. Ben and Debbie Fisher, I think.
Yeah, Debbie Fisher likes it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time I was sat in the office down the corridor, just working away, and I was thinking, what's that noise? I'm thinking that I'm sure I can hear somebody singing, so I sort of like tuned in a little bit more and thought, what can I hear? And it was definitely Debbie Fisher. I think it was probably Ben she was on with. Could hear him down the corridor singing.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, it's like Jamie said, I'll probably get a backlash now.
Probably.
Wait, you see.
Probably, yeah. But anyway.
That, or all of you at home are like, thank gosh,
goodness.
I'm so glad Lily and Craig have said that, we're bored of it as well.
Yeah.
One or the other, wait and see.
Yeah, so anyway, we've added some of this adhesive, 3D adhesive around the edge, and you will find this is our 10 metre one. It's a nice thin one. I think it's only about 3 or 4 mil width, so it's nice and thin to go all around the edge. And of course you do want that continuous barrier all around that outside edge. Peel the backing off, but now we're going to bring in some of our sequins, and this is from the Sarah Signature Frosty and Bright collection. This is our mixed sequin pack, and all we're going to do is we're going to add these onto the centre of our card base. Now plenty of these onto here. We want a nice full shaker. We don't want a really empty shaker. They can look a little bit sad if we've not got enough of our shaker elements onto there. So if we just pour a few of these into the middle like so. This could be glitter, it could be sequins, it could even be small little die cuts. I mean, the waste from this particular die would be perfect if you collect all of those little die cut fall away pieces. You could be adding those into your shaker cards as well for something a little bit different.
So are you a lot or are you a little when it comes to the shaker elements? The reason I'm asking is, I know it's been a wee while since I was last here, but when Jodie jam-packed fills her shaker elements.
She does, yeah. I mean, her shakers are so full, you can barely shake them. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're so packed. So naturally, I'm a bit stingy. So naturally, I don't add very much in. So I have to try and force myself to add a few more shakers in. And I can sort of hear Jodie in my head saying, "You don't want an empty shaker."
That's it, yeah.
So I'm probably sort of middle of the road, but we'll see what this looks like when we've stuck it down. So sticking that into place. And we've got our shaker element onto the centre. Something a little bit different, isn't it? You probably wouldn't have thought that. When you look at a die like that, you probably wouldn't have think of making a rectangle with a shaker. But it does give you a little bit of a different finish onto your makes. And then we've got a sentiment. This is from one of the Positive Thought stamp sets that we do have on that little collection of 3 stamp sets on today's show. Adding that onto the centre there, we've got stamped in our, I'm trying to think which one it is. It is our green topaz, quick dry ink, and we've just inked the edges again with green topaz just to sort of draw the eye into the centre of that sentiment, and we've matted and layered that onto that same gold glitter card. And I'm just taking a butterfly now. This is from the Sarah Signature Caring Thoughts. This is the layered butterfly. I've cut the base in that pattern paper.
You might want to use something that's launching.
You may very well do.
In the next
that would work perfectly. So we've cut the base in that patterned paper. We've cut the next layer in white and inked it using green topaz. And the top layer we've used that lovely gold glitter card, adding a little bit of shape into the wings just to lift that off the page. And again, I always bang on about it. You guys at home are probably bored. I almost bore myself the amount of times I go on about it, but I always go on about balance and how important it is to get that flow of the design, that balance onto our cards. We've got some detail on that right hand side where we've got our sentiment. So in order to balance our card, we want a little bit of detail on that left hand side, which is why we're bringing this butterfly into play. Could be a bow, but to mix it up a little bit, we're going with our die cut butterfly. We're going to add that flying on the left hand side, I think around about there, just to tie everything together nicely. You could be adding more embellishments if you like, but keeping it really nice and clean and simple with a touch of sparkle from our glitter card and our shaker just gives you something a little bit different. You wouldn't really think that that's an edgeable die, but it just goes to show quite how versatile this collection can be.
Absolutely. Like Jerry was saying, very creative card. It really, really is. But I'm also thinking as well, ahead of said launch very shortly, get a hold of these Ellipse dies, because that might be something beautiful where they are flying out. Maybe what you've just created there. So yeah, get them so that you've got them at home ahead of future launches, let's just say that. So that is of course your Ellipse die collection, $25.55 or $31.80 for all 4. That is an incredible saving of a launch day item being 20%. However, if you're platinum, it's going to come down to £20.44 or $25.44. You can cherry pick 2 items if you want. There is an option on the website where you can get 2 for £15 or $18. Let's have a little look at them here on our black and white concept for you to see. I'm just going to turn it that way, just because I've got them in the right way. Now, as Lily was showing you and explained, what's unique with these ones here is your cutting edge slightly deeper. That enables you to cut through with absolute ease. You've seen Lily do it. She's punched out all the little bits with no problem whatsoever. 300 GSM cardstock, doubled layer, 600 GSM, time and time again. So if you're going to do it on the edge of your card, you're maybe going to do it so it's going to be a top fold. It could be, of course, a pocket if you want to. You know, there's just 1, 2, 3 ways in which you can use them. But these are your 1 of 4. Also having a look when it comes to these ones here, that we've got completely different designs. Some of them you might even want to then do your paper piece in. I know, for instance, this one here, I would absolutely love to do that with this one here. But then if I show you this next one, whereas this has got some of the florals with the butterflies inside. So within that one there, as you can see, exactly the same concept every single time. Use them the way that Lily's just shown you there, or then you can then mirror image, flip that back on itself, so you've got that beautiful oval, or do 4 of them on your large Gemini, creating a large big circle that Lily showed you at the start of Wake Up Call. That's not the only one. You've also got this one, which has got a lot of foliage detail within this one. So maybe you're going to be using your Autumn Blessings with this one here, or maybe some of your, maybe your Farmyard collection from way back would work well. Country Lane would work well. Really is one. Anything with your flowers. Flower forming would be good as well, having this tucked in from the back. But these are the 4 that you are getting when it comes to the Ellipse die collection. 4 sets there with your today's price of $25.55 or $31.80. Already been really, really popular. I am not surprised. It's one of those, in that last break, me and Lily were just chatting, we're saying it's one of those where, you know, granted something, right, I've got a lot of edgeables within my collection. Where is this one different? You've seen how it's different, the layers that it cuts through with absolute ease. As soon as you've seen Lily do that, you were like, yep, I know now, I need to get my hands on that one. What about some beautiful cardstock to cut through? We've got a really beautiful collection here, fab collection, 100 sheets. So this is ranging from Centura Pearl, glitter card, and some printable pastel colours. So you are going to be getting your baby blue Centura Pearl, 310 GSM that will still work really well with your Ellipse dies, and you're getting your 10 sheets. You're also going to be getting your baby pink, exactly the same, 10 sheets, 310 GSM. Green gold, and your pale silver. So 10 sheets of each of them. You're also going to get 10 sheets of your silver shedless glitter card. You're also going to get 10 sheets of your solar gold shedless glitter card. And then you're going to get 40 sheets of your Centura Pearl pastel printable cardstock. So you've got your pinks, you've got your mints, you've got your lilacs, your yellows, as well as your blues. So this is where your 100 sheets are coming in total. £30 or $40, you're saving over 15%. Yet again, it's another one that we don't have to discount. We sell these cardstocks time and time again across on our website. As I said, that's not what we're about. We want to give you the best deal when it comes to the consumable items that you love to use on a daily basis, but you're still going to get your platinum. £24 or $32 when it comes to that card bundle. 100 sheets, which include 40 of the printable Centura Pearl. What looks really, really lovely when it comes to your Centura Pearls, or maybe through your masks, or through your embossed detail, is your Gildan wax. Pebeo Gildan wax. So what we've got here is, starting off with your King Gold. So each of these ones here being $11.99 or $16.99, 30 mils in each one. So this one being your King Gold, there is a difference between the couple of golds. Some are rich gold, some are real gold, some are a vintage gold. So this one here being your King Gold. 30 ml pots, platinum price $9.59 or $13.59 for that one. We have also got, well, we've got another 4 options for you when it comes to these ones here. So we're going to have a look, that was the King Gold, and we're now going to have a look at the Antique. So this one being, right, yeah, this is Renaissance. Oh no, it's not, I was right that time. Antique and Renaissance, I get mixed up sometimes. You'll see in a moment they're a slightly different shade. This really is, as it says in the title, perfect as an antique. These were all brought out for your upcycling of your home furniture, but we use it within our card making, we make it within our projects. You will see so many of us using it with our embossed detail. So that's our second one. We've also got our Empire Gold within this one here. So within this one, what you've got, this is what I would say is like the real gold to me. This is like what I would say gold is. What it is as well, it's a lovely, lovely mousse effect that you can see within here. Lots of different surfaces you can then be popping it onto. You can then do it into your home furniture, as I was saying earlier on, bringing in that upcycling outside card making projects. It's entirely up to yourself. You've got that one. Each of these $11.99 or $16.99. We're then going to have a look at the Renaissance Gold here. So this is the one where I was saying it is a bit different from your antique gold. What I can then do is if I sit that down just for a second, I'll bring in the antique gold. So you can see how this one here being your Renaissance gold and this one being your antique gold. So your antique has got that lighter tone to it. So the one that I was just showing you there being the Renaissance Gold, that one also $11.99 or $16.99. And then last but by no means least, you can't have these colours without having some silver. And that's what we've got here. We've got our silver. Now, I bought mine well before I joined Crafters Companion, and you know what? I've not even used a smidge of mine. And trust me, I use it quite a lot. These last so long. I would apply some onto your fingers. That is definitely, for me anyway, the best way to pop it on. Use it onto your glass mat or craft mat, take some of the excess off, then go on to said layer. You can, of course, add, it's very hard to take off if you do too much. So putting on little by little, that is the best way to do it. Whether it is going to be lots of different materials, cards, projects, whatever it is, you can pop them onto them. Check them out on our YouTube. Just put in your wax, put in your gilding waxes. You'll find lots of demonstrations used with them. All of these ones, platinum price $9.59 or $13.59 when it comes to whichever one you want, 30 mils in each pot. Now, as well as the fun that we do have some crafty fails as well from time to time. I would say there's probably one at least every day, if not every show. If you want to see a few of them, if you've not seen them before, have a look at this.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Joe's laughing at me. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place. Oh, Joe. Words, but I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkle ink, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
Went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami.
I've got some.
Oh, it's not on your project, is it?
Yeah.
Oh no! Rightio, that is just some of the little bloopers that we sometimes have here on Crafters TV. Right, we're going to squeeze in one last demonstration, but before we do that, we're going to do a demo of the show because we need to get that squeezed in. So it's going to be Lily versus me when it comes to later on with me being on launch day. But, well, I should be worried because Lily's done so far 3 incredible cards when it comes to our launch day items. Lily, what is it that you've made so far?
So we've got demo number 1. If you want to vote for this one, this was the first demo we created making that easel card. That is demo number 1. Demo number 2, we went for, of course, my favourite colourway. We went pretty in pink for this one, bringing in those connecting sentiments. That's demo number 2. And then finally, the one we've just done, a lovely little shaker card, using our edgeables in a slightly different way. That is demo number 3. So 1, 2 or 3, get those votes in.
Thank you for that one, Lily. Yeah, as Lily was saying, get your votes in. Caitlin's going to count them all up and she will let us know, and we'll reveal that after the next demonstration. A lot of you singing Foam on a Roll, which I thought many of you would do as well. Michelle is saying, love that look. That was going with that last card that you made there. Jerry, that Red Jerry saying, very creative card. We've got Sandra is saying, these would nicely frame a central design either way round. Absolutely, yeah, it would do.
Yeah,
it would do. And then Kathy is saying, Craig, I thought your elephant stamp would have been on the blooper when you demonstrated it with the power of the Gemini. That's probably going to come up in another one.
I remember that one.
Probably.
I do remember that one.
Rightio, let's have another last look when it comes to our launch day collection. Ellipse dies, we're going to be back later on in launch day with them. So Lily, what else can we do?
Should we do something a little bit different? We've done 3 cards, let's go for a box, shall we? So of course,
ready.
more pink card. I have to say for me this was a little bit of a head scratcher. I started this, I had an idea in my head and it didn't quite work out. So we had to go sort of the round way about it, but we got there in the end. So we've started off with a piece of pink cardstock cut to 10.5 inches square, and all we've done on our box base side of our Ultimate Pro or any of those scoreboards, your box making boards, we've scored at 2.25 on the box making side, and we've just cut those triangles in just to remove some of that bulk. And we've got some tape ready to go on all of these 4 tabs, and we're just going to fold this into a box, and this is going to form the base for our box that we're going to decorate using these fabulous edgeable dies. So some nice strong tape runner onto our tabs. Of course your red liner tape is probably what I'd be using at home. You just want a nice strong adhesive. Something like your finger lift tape probably won't be strong enough. You can use your tacky glue, but you will probably just need to pop some pegs on the sides just while that dries to hold it into position. But that is the basis of our box. That is our box base, all ready to go in some of our pink pearl cardstock. So we're going to leave that to one side for just a moment.
And
then all we've done,
we've got those scoreboards on the show
absolutely,
as well.
yes. So the boxer board would be perfect for that. So what we've done here is we've cut some of our white Centura pearl, hint of silver, down to 12.5 inches by 2 3/4 inches. We've scored at 1/2 inch on that side, 1/2 inch on that side, and then that middle score line is at 6.5. So we've got these 2 sections here, and this is where we're going to bring in our delicate lace edgeable die. So the final design that we've not used just yet, I have to say, I think this might be my favourite one. I think there's almost like a butterfly sort of feel to that design.
It does,
I think
doesn't it?
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down onto our Gemini plate with that cutting line along the bottom. So we've got that scored edge at the top and we've got our cutting edge along the bottom. And we're going to line that up with the base of this piece. I'm just making sure it's nice and level. So even distance here and here to make sure that's nice and straight. Of course, you could be sort of measuring that, getting a ruler out and marking with a pencil if you find it easier. But in this particular instance, we're just going to do it by eye. Just line that up. And once we're happy that that's nice and central, a little bit of low tack tape. Yes, glass mats are brilliant for that, aren't they? Yeah. Great, obviously, as a surface, like you were saying earlier, for adding your inks and your gilded waxes onto. But the fact that you've got the grid on there is so useful. I use it time and time again whenever I'm lining any of my mats and layers up, any sort of positioning where I need it to be nice and straight and even. Your glass mat is absolutely perfect for that. So all we've done here is we've cut that along that side, just removing that die nice and carefully from there. And then at this edge there where we've got that tab, we're just going to complete that cut line. So just on a diagonal like so, and then I'm just going to remove some of the bulk on that side there. We don't need that onto there like so.
Just to say, Lily, that the Scoremaster with the envelope box and box maker, it's actually at the bottom of your screen. £25 or $25. Best place onto our website, shop the day. You'll find it there. It's going to cater all your envelopes, your boxes, or your envelope boxes, all of these ones.
Perfect to have that envelope box making technology, because if you are into your decoupage like me, do love to make nice dimensional cards, and that's going to be absolutely perfect for creating all those deeper envelopes. So what we're going to do now, we've got that side cut, and we're going to work on this other section here, and we're just going to do the same. We're going to line our die up, so I'm matching up where we've got that cut line there and this straight edge of the die, just to try and match that up nice and evenly. And then we're going to do the same, and we're just going to cut onto this top section. So die face down, run that through our die cutting machine. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to listen for that change in sound when I know that it's cut, and as soon as I can hear it cut, I'm going to pause it and reverse it. Now, reason being is every time you pass through your cardstock through the machine, because you've got that pressure in the machine, it will flatten that cardstock to a certain extent. And what we get when we do our die cutting is we have that beveled edge to our die cuts. And if I were to run that through the die cutting machine again, it wouldn't be a problem, but what it would end up doing is it would ever so slightly flatten that first die cut. It would give you, it wouldn't ruin the effect at all, but it would give you a slightly less desirable effect, shall we say, because it would end up flattening that beveled edge ever so slightly. So by just reversing that plate out, it means that we don't actually end up.
And it's a distinctive sound, isn't it? I always call it a distinctive thud. It's like a little subtle thud that you hear as soon as the rollers end over that edge of that cutting blade. It's a little thud, and that's your little hint to be like reverse back. Yeah,
you know that it's cut. It's just that slight change in tone. And you know it's cut. So now we've got this piece with the 2 die cuts onto there, and all I've done is I've done exactly the same with another piece, cut to this exactly the same size, and just had 2 die cuts onto there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to join the 2 together. So can you see that tab's poking out ever so slightly behind there? So I'm just going to trim that down just a little bit, so that we don't see any of that card behind, and that would be perfect.
Got a doily feel to them as well, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we saw that lovely card at the start of the show, cutting 4 around that circular design, it really does make it look like a gorgeous, quite massive, ornate doily design. But these are just, I say, just edgeable designs. But think about different ways you can use them, not just on the edge of your cards, but lots of different options. So what we've done now is we've joined the 2 together. We're going to do the sort of same thing with this other tab we've got on this side. So again, a little bit of red liner tape onto that right hand tab, and all we're going to do is we're just going to join this whole long piece together. It's quite a long piece, probably about 24 inches in length now. Obviously doing it in the 2 separate pieces, as we don't have a piece of Centura pearl that's quite long enough to do this in just the one section.
Just while you join, Lily, can you explain again why you cut down your tab that little bit more for anyone that missed that?
So just cutting a little bit off there so that we don't have any of this tab showing behind that detail. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if you could see a little bit of the tab, but it does just give you a little bit of a neater finish. Just cutting down that tab. So we cut it originally to half an inch in width, but just cutting that down a little bit means that behind that die cut detail, so obviously we've got that lovely lacy detail to our die cut, we can't see any of that tab behind.
Thanks,
it just
Lily.
gives it,
I know that's a really good tip.
Yeah, it just gives it a little bit of a neater finish, doesn't it? It's one of those things you might not initially think about. No. You wouldn't have known that we've done it, but if you saw it, you probably would notice. So we've got them all joined together like so, but it looks a little bit strange on the top, and this is where we bring in our box lid. So our box lid is cut to 6 inches by 6 inches. Just cutting it from that same Centura Pearl Snow White hint of silver, I believe this one is. Of course, it could be a multi-purpose card, could be coloured cardstock, completely up to you what cardstock you want to create this out of. But I'm adding some tape. I'm finding it easier to add it onto this piece as it's flat. Of course, you could be adding a little bit of tacky glue onto the back of here just to give you a little bit of wiggle room. But all we're going to do is we're going to line up the edges of our tabs onto our box lid, and this is going to give us the top of our box. So our box sides have got that lovely lacy detail that we've die cut using that edgeable die, and then we've got our square lid, and
That's just beautiful even as it is.
So simple to do, isn't it? It's just 4 die cuts along there, but by adding our lid onto that, I mean, you could have it this way up. I'm just using it this way up just while I actually stick the lid down, but you could use it this way up as well. Just gives you a slightly different effect. So making sure that's nicely burnished onto there like so gives us a really nice finish onto that. This will sit onto our box base, and I chose to do the box base in that lovely pink. Just shows that detail even more. We've got that die cut detail, makes that really stand proud. Rather than always having your base and your lid with the same cardstock, just mix them up. Use different coloured cardstocks for your lid and base, will give you a different effect. And then what we've done is we've brought in a piece of that same pink cardstock, and using some of these lovely connecting sentiments, I've cut my pink cardstock down to 5 3/4 inches square, and then I've just cut my sentiment into the middle like so. And we've gone for friend for this one. I'm just going to centralise that onto our box lid. And then of course I had to bring in some more of those lovely pattern papers that we've got in that fabulous bundle of the 4 12 by 12 paper pads. This is our Country Lane And I've just, you can see where I chose the pink from this particular pattern paper. Even though it's more of a lovely greeny bluey design, we've got the pink flowers into there, so by using the pink cardstock from Mats and Layers, it just brings out the pink flowers in this particular cardstock. Matting and laying that onto a thin piece of our white just makes it pop.
It does, doesn't it?
It just
really
breaks
does.
it up a little bit more. It gives it that really professional finish, and it's bringing that white that we've got in the background, bringing that white forward into our Mats and Layers. We've got one for the top, we've got another one we're going to add onto the bottom like so. A couple of finishing touches. We've stamped out the Fur and Amazing, so we've stamped that onto our Centura Pearl using our fuchsia quick dry ink. We've matted and layered that onto some of that pink cardstock again, and the cardstock that I've used, that particular pink colour, is from our Knitwit Homebody A4 Pearl card selection. And then we've just got a butterfly. This is from our Gemini, what is it? Magnificent Butterflies. It's from the Outline Dies collection. Just add that onto that bottom right hand side, again from that balance that draws the eye into the centre, but it shows how beautifully you can use your connecting sentiments with our lace edgeables, our ellipse edgeables, onto the side of a box. How easy was that to create? Just 4 die cuts in terms of that box, but it just gives you a little bit of something different using these fabulous edgeable dies.
It really, really does. Carol is saying, beautiful box. Kim is saying, love that box. Going to have a go at making it. Let us see. Make sure you let us see on social media. We're all on social media. It's our full names with CC at the end. Instagram, Facebook. Head across, post your pictures, because we do like to see, because we take inspiration as well from many of you. Right, the votes are in. Ooh. And I can tell you that demo of the show is it's number 1.
Ooh.
Your very first demo, number 1. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. That is going to go up against whichever one of mine you choose to be demo of the show.
Competition.
That, of course, yes, that's going to be, of course, launch day with myself and Joe. 2 o'clock here in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time. That is the last Crafters TV show of the day, because you guys stateside have got the HSN preview with Joe and Sarah. So once launch day has finished for the day, we will be back as normal tomorrow with our 3 shows. But we do still have that 1 show to go, which is 2 hours dedicated to our Ellipse die collection. Lily, thank you so much. It's always lovely to work with you, even though we don't get to work with each other a lot on the shows. What you've made is absolutely beautiful. Everyone in the comments thought so as well.
Should we do it all again tomorrow?
Let's do it all again tomorrow.
Let's do it. We've got a special visitor as well.
We do indeed.
It's going to be a cracking show. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, but stay tuned for the rest of the day as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So make sure, go and get yourself your cup of tea, get your breakfast, get your lunch, wherever it is across the globe. Come back, join myself and Joe in an hour's time, where, as I say, it's going to be 2 hours dedicated to, of course, our Ellipse dies. Get your baskets checked out. Some of you, I know who you are, I've got some of the bits still in your baskets. Check them out, get them home where you can get crafting, and then we will see you in an hour's time if you're watching live. See you then.